Yes, I received the items in the mail. You drove all the way from New York. How do you like the South so far? Yeah, it's still warm down here. It was 90 the other day. It's mid-October. It's the South weather for you. It's cold up north, huh? No? It was in the 70s. It was pretty good for mid-October in the 70s in New York, yeah. Where did you get all of these items? Just... Okay, so you were a collector your whole life. You loved the movie as a kid. Yeah, me too. Some of the items here, I'm really interested to see what they're worth, what they're selling for, and if I like everything, I'll make you an offer. And you can either do it with store credit, or we can give you cash. Cash will be 40% less than the store credit amount. You want cash? Okay. You're driving back. You're gonna go to some local video game stores here. Okay. Yeah, there's one down the road. Besides this one, of course. Nothing you saw that you want. Oh, you want Nintendo Switch 2 systems? Yeah, we're out of them. Yeah. You can try GameStop. They may have one. You don't want to pay the eBay scalper prices. I'm with you. Alright, well, I'm going to take a look at the items you have. We're going to go on to price charting. I'm going to type them in, what we can, and see what they're worth. And usually off of price charting, I take 30% off of that. Because again, I do have to make some money myself. So 30% off of the price on price charting. And then if you're taking cash, it'd be 40% off of that. Well, store credit doesn't expire. So the next time you come to the South and you want to take a look at what I have in the store and you're more time, it'll always be there for you. All right, yeah, let's start with what we have. So it looks like you have some pops, some Labyrinth pops, yeah. Now I think, I could be wrong, but I believe the first one in the set is one of the most valuable ones. And it is this one, number 363. Sarah and Worm. Yes, this one right here. And as you see, Sarah and the worm that she meets as soon as she gets into the labyrinth and doesn't know where to go, and the worm invites her to meet the missus for a nice warm cup of tea, and she declines because all she cares about is saving Toby. Yes, so taking a look at the box, and there is some damage here at the bottom corner there. It is damaged. So I am going to have to take some money off of that, but because in the front here is a little warped, so that's not good. But other than that, is in as pristine condition as one can be. So let us take a look and see if we can find the value here. Sarah and Worm. Okay. In a damaged box, it's worth $37. It also is brand new, and these have not been opened. Is that correct? Okay. Well, a sealed is worth $44 on price charting. Damaged box is $37 because it is new, because it is damaged, I'll go in the middle. I'll just say 40. And we take 30% off of that. So you'd minus 12, you'd be down to 28. And then if you're taking cash, it's another 40% off of that. So you'd be looking at 560, 1120, I believe, off of that. Yeah, so you'd be looking at 1680. Yeah, it adds up. So you'll stick with the store credit. Okay, let me type this in. Let me take some inventory here. So Sarah and worm. And it is damaged, but we're going to put 40D minus 12. So it brings the total to 28 store credit for this one here. Okay. Next up, we have a bunch of Jareths. Now, this is the, looks like normal Jareth, number 364. Let's take a look here. And looking at the box, it does look like it's in good shape. Ooh, there's a little warping going on here. Yeah, on the side there, it's a little warped, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. It's in better shape. There's a little cut there, little damage, a little crease on the corner there. Yes, so, okay, let's take a look. So we have Jareth, it's 364. He is worth $31.70 if he's brand new, which he is. A $31.50, 20 cents less in a damaged box, and this is damaged. So we'll go with the straight $31.50. And then when we take Jareth 364, $31.50 damaged, and then 30% would be $315, $630, $945. So looks like $22.05 if I did my math right. $945. I believe it's $22.05 for Jareth. Let me just grab a calculator here on this computer and see if we did our math correct. 3150 times 0.30% is 945. 3150 minus 945. 2205 indeed. Okay, now the next two are Jareth as well. They're both 365, but they are exclusives, it looks like. I'm trying to see the difference. Oh, okay. All right, well, the first one is an exclusive from Think Geek, the store Think Geek. Now here, Jareth has a golden cape, if you will. And then this one is a Hot Topic exclusive, and he has a white cape on this one. And it looks to me like these were taken out of the dream sequence when she's dancing at the party. To me, it looks like that's where these are from. Now, if we take a look, the boxes here, this one seems to be okay. What is this? That's just something on the protective case. Okay. Yeah, this box looks okay to me. A little creasing at the bottom, but that's not really a problem. Yeah, I'd say this one, the Think Geek one, is okay. And let's take a look at the Hot Topic one. It looks like this protective case is a bit rough, but that's why you have the protective cases. Boxing is a little warped on the side, but oh, look at what we got. We got a crease in the back of the box, and it looks like the paper on the back top is ripping. Again, other than that, it's fine. But this one will be damaged, the Hot Topic version of Jareth. So let's go to Jareth 365. Now, the white glitter, which I assume is this. Wow, this has gone up in value. Do you know how much this is worth? No? It is your lucky day. Brand new. $300 for the Think Geek white glitter. Oh, maybe not. What is this? I don't know what this is. White glitter. Yeah, this looks like it, I think. What is this? It doesn't say. This, yeah, Think Geek, yeah, this is worth $300. So let's go Jareth 365, Think Geek 300, and then minus the 30% is 90. So it's worth $210 in store credit. And then the next one, Jareth 365 Hot Topic. Now this again was in a damaged box, but let's take a look. The Hot Topic version is $55 in the damaged box, $65 if the box was fine. So 55, so we'll split the difference. We'll say 60 for you. So 60D, and then 18 off of that, bringing the total to 42. Yes, I had no idea that this Jareth was worth that much. That is shocking to me. I thought the Sarah and Worm was going to be worth the most, because I remember in my collection years ago having to try to find these. And Sarah and Worm was the most expensive one for me. But that Jareth. Now, price charting could have a giant error. I don't know. I'd have to go to the eBay listings. Let's do that. Let's just take a look and see what this is going for. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so price charting is definitely off. The exclusives, yeah, I see 85 or best offer. One's 150 or best offer. So here's 180 or best offer. So if we go to sold, it's really all over the place. Here's one for 45. That's a bid. 89 damage box. 150 damage box. 170. Maybe it is worth that much. Or price charting's just hasn't updated it yet. But anyway, we'll leave it alone. Now, this is a big, big pop because the character that's inside of it is a big, big character. Number 366 you have here, and it is Ludo. There Ludo is. And from what I could see, this is in pretty good shape. The box up the top corner is coming out a little. But we got some damage here at the bottom. But other than that, this is in pretty good shape. But we are going to say it's a little damaged. Let's move this over here. Let's throw Ludo where he goes right there. And let's take a look at Ludo 366. Ludo is $50 in a damaged box and $59.92 in a brand new pristine. So we'll split the difference as we do. We'll do 55 for Ludo. So Ludo 366, 55, and then 30% would be $16.50 off. So that would bring us to $38.50, I believe. Let's make sure we're doing our math correct here. 55 minus 1650 is $38.50. Okay. Now our last pop, the last in the set, is Hoggle, number 367. There he is. Now, I did notice that the protective case is a little rough. I don't know if it is a little warped at the top corners. These pops that you have seem to be in great shape, except for the corners of the boxes. And other than that little warp, I believe this is okay. Yeah, I'd say so. So we'll consider Hoggle all set. Hoggle 367. And let's see. He is worth $42.49 in a damaged box and $47.50 brand new. We'll call him brand new, so $47.50 minus 30% is $14.25 off, leaving your value at $33.25. So right now for the pops, the store credit value is $373.80. So let's total that up and put it here. And let's see what other items you have to show. Let's move Hoggle down. Now this next one I don't believe is going to be worth that much. But I do see you have a brand new sealed copy of the 30th anniversary edition DVD. And it comes with a background of the end scene where Within You is played, the song by David Bowie, as Toby is crawling across the different upside-down staircases, and Sarah is trying to find Toby through all of it. And David Bowie is singing Within You. Now it says, all new interviews with Jennifer Connelly and the Henson family. And on the back, let's see what this says here. A 16-year-old girl, Academy Award winner Jennifer Connelly, Best Supporting Actress for A Beautiful Mind in 2001, is given 13 hours to solve a dangerous and wonderful labyrinth and rescue her baby brother. When her wish for him to be taken away is granted by the Goblin King, played by David Bowie, celebrate the 30th anniversary of this beloved fantasy classic from visionary filmmaker Jim Henson, now fully remastered in 4K. So there were all new special features, reordering time, looking back at Labyrinth. Jennifer Connelly and the Henson family reflect on this classic film 30 years later, recounting their experiences, the groundbreaking nature of the puppetry, and the enduring legacy of the film. The Henson Legacy celebrate Jim Henson's lasting imprint on the world of filmmaking, puppetry, and above all, imagination, as his family discusses his work and takes us behind the scenes at the Center for Puppetry Arts, which features the Jim Henson collection and over 100 puppets from Labyrinth. Remembering the Goblin King, remembering David Bowie with co-star Jennifer Connelly and Jim Henson's children, Brian Henson and Cheryl Henson, and the Labyrinth Anniversary Q&A, hosted by Mythbusters Adam Savage with participants Brian Henson, David Goles, and Karen Prell, and surprise guest Sherry Weiser. Also has the theatrical trailer. It also includes the storytellers, picture-in-picture track, commentary by conceptual designer Brian Froud, making of documentary Inside the Labyrinth, and Journey Through the Labyrinth, Kingdom of Characters, and the Quest for the Goblin City. And this also included with the purchase gives you a digital HD with ultraviolet. And the offer to redeem that, of course, is expired, as it had expired December 31st, 2019, 6 years ago. This was rated PG at the time. I don't think I can find what the value for this would be, but let us see. Labyrinth 30th anniversary. Let's see here. It is... No, that is just the cover of a book, I believe. Let's go to eBay here. Let's see, Labyrinth, Labyrinth, 30th anniversary, DVD edition. That's not it. We're looking for the collector's edition. Let's see if we can find collector's edition. Here it is. Well, there's a buy it now. It's used for $40. But do we have a sealed one? Open box. Buy it now. $80. Still open. Do not see a sealed copy on eBay. Oh, what's this? It says new, 127. That's out of Italy. We're not going to use that. Here's one for $50.99 plus 10 delivery. $60. That does look like it is brand new. Okay. So $60 for that, a lot more than I thought it would be. So let's type in Labyrinth, Labyrinth, 30th Anniversary Edition, DVD Collector's Set. Is worth $60, and we will take 30% off, which would be $18, giving you a balance of $42 for the DVD. Now this, I see here, is a brand new board game. Labyrinth, the board game. You have some pieces here. Looks like you got Hoggle and Sarah and Ludo and Jareth. And on the back here, it says, will Sarah manage to defeat Jareth in his labyrinth, Or will the Goblin King turn little Toby into a goblin babe? You have 13 hours to find out. Play with up to 4 friends in this fun family board game based on the classic Labyrinth movie by Jim Henson. So, here's what it comes with. Game components. You have 5 highly collectible figurine renditions of the main characters: Jareth the Goblin King, Sarah, Hoggle, Ludo, Sir Didymus, and Ambrosius. A rules booklet, 16 pages. A 2x2 game board, lavishly illustrated with inspiring new artwork, featuring all the legendary places from the movie, including the Oubliette, the Bog of Eternal Stench, the Goblin City, and Jareth's Castle. 32 Labyrinth cards, over 30 game tokens, 6 polyhedral dice, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20, 6 reference cards, 4 character sheets, 4 ability cards, and 4 weakness cards, 4 card stand-ups: Humongous, Goblin Infantry, Goblin Cavalry, and Goblin Artillery, and the Goblin Clock and Clock Hand. That's pretty cool. This came out, it looks like, in Europe. It's River Horse created this, but it has a website of riverhorse.eu. So that is why I believe it came out in Europe. But this is pretty cool. Yes, and this is still sealed. So there's that. So let's take a look here. Let's see what this goes for. Let's go to price charting if we can find it on here. I doubt it. Labyrinth, the board game. No. I'm going to go with no on that. So let's go to eBay and let's see what this is going for here. Labyrinth, the board game. Here we are. So, brand new. Just says complete. It doesn't say new. Board game, Mantic Games board. $74.99. Oh, I did not know there was an expansion game. Really? Ah, it says Goblins expansion, River Horse Minis. That's interesting. I did not know that, so I might have to purchase that myself. But nevertheless, it is $74.99 with free shipping. Let's type that in. Labyrinth, the board game. $74.99 minus 30% is $22.50 off. So that is $52.49 for the board game. This next item is very odd because this only came out in Japan. And for an American movie to only have a movie released, a game released on it in another country is very strange. But it only came out in Japan and is from Tokuma Soft, based on the Jim Henson film for the original Famicom, Labyrinth, the computer game. There it is. And I have no idea what it's saying on the back because it's in Japanese. But this is what it looks like on the back, with David Bowie right on the back there, and a in-game footage screenshot. Let's see what this is worth. Let's go right to price charting. Type in Labyrinth. And now this is cool. It looks like somebody did make an English translation of the game for the Nintendo. But let's type in and see what happens. Okay, Labyrinth. Let's see if we can find one for the Famicom VR. Here it is. So a complete copy, which is what that is worth $40.91. So brand new would be $68, just to give you an idea. So $40.91. So we're gonna put Labyrinth Famicom $40.91. We're gonna take 30% off of that. Okay. $12.27 off. All right, $40.91, $12.27. Oops. $40.91, $12.27, $28.64. Okay. Now you have this in nice plastic. Looks like there was a price on this, $15. But it is a Labyrinth the photo album, and it is protected by these cardboard stocks here on the back. But here's the book. By numerous goblins as told to Rebecca Grand. So let's just open this up here and see what's inside. This came out in 1986, right when the movie. Yeah, this is an old book with all the scenes from the movie. Here's where Sarah meets Hoggle, as you can see. So, I don't really know how much this is worth, if anything. Let's take a look on eBay. Labyrinth, the photo album. Here it is. Ooh. Pre-owned is $60. That was signed by Jim Henson. A signed copy of this by Jim Henson is going for $5,500, just so you know. But here's another one. Used is $29, $35, $30, $35, $45, $15. So I'm going to go right in the middle and just say $30. It's gone up double. So we're going to type Labyrinth, the photo album, at $30, which would be $9 off, and make it $21. Okay. Now the last couple things that you have here are very, very cool. I looked through them earlier. There is a prequel series that was written all about how the Goblin King became the Goblin King. It is a 2-volume set, and it is called Labyrinth Coronation. And IGN had a great review. It says Labyrinth Coronation shows every sign of being a worthy offshoot of the original movie. So this is what the front of the first volume looks like. And as you can see, it has the Goblin King and Toby looking at himself with goblins looking on here. And it is a comic book style book. The Untold Origin of the Goblin King. Long before Sarah ventured to save her baby brother from the clutches of the Goblin King, another young woman sought to save her child from an unknown fate within the labyrinth. Set in 18th century Venice, Jim Henson's Labyrinth Coronation is a striking look into the mysteries of the labyrinth itself, uncovering the fate of a small boy named Jareth, who would one day be king. So here it's basically saying that Jareth was a boy who got trapped in the labyrinth and became king of the goblins. And the second volume As the clock ticks ever closer to the 13th hour, Maria struggles through the canals of the labyrinth alongside her peculiar band of companions, wishing desperately to be reunited with her son. While she may be no closer to the Owl King's castle, Maria begins to uncover the secrets of the labyrinth and her own power within the walls of this magical domain. But from deep in the shadows, the Owl King watches her every move, plotting and waiting to bring her demise by any means necessary. So, yeah, here's the Owl King here at the back. Now, these are in pretty good condition. Let's see if we can find these first here. Yeah, here we go. So, hardcover. Ungraded, it says this is $93.88. Looks like a first. Well, there's a couple sales. One for $40, one for $40, and then in 2025, one for $170. Let's take a look here on eBay. Labyrinth Coronation. Was there a third one? Yeah, there was. And I did not know there was at all. That's interesting here. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, it looks like there were 3. Now here's the thing. There's a listing here for all 3 volumes for $166. So, it looks like the internet in the store is, well, you have 2 of them. So, if I took 166.25 and divided it by 3, it's, 166.25 divided by 3 is 55 apiece. So I'll just throw 100 for both. I did not know there was a third one. I have to go and buy that myself. Labyrinth Coronation 1 and 2. Put 100 and then minus 30 is 70 for these. And then lastly, I believe you have the entire set of these. They are mangas, a sequel to Labyrinth. And this is called Return to Labyrinth. And there are 4 of these. This is the first here. Return to Labyrinth, Book 1. And it says, the Goblin King has kept a watchful eye on Toby, his minions secretly guiding and protecting the child. Legions of goblins work behind the scenes to ensure that Toby has whatever his heart desires, preparing him for the day when he will return to the labyrinth and take his rightful place beside Jareth as the heir to the Goblin Kingdom. That day has come, but no one has told Toby. An original story set in the world of the hit movie. So, yeah. Volume 1. Volume 2. Secrets are revealed as the reign of power passes from one heir to another. And here is Book 3. Now, Book 3 is very, very used. It's So we're going to have to dock you on this, and there's stickers all over it. For Toby, as it is for all who enter the labyrinth, the way forward is sometimes the way back. And then number 4 is sealed. You have this sealed. This is what this looks like. And it says, can Toby, the new Goblin King, find his way in an aimless labyrinth before everything he cares about disappears like the shadows of a dream? So, let's take a look at this here. We have Return to Labyrinth. Here we go. No, that's not it. No, let's go to eBay. Okay. So the second book by itself is $55. Okay, all 4 of them. It's $199. Now, one of them is sealed, one of them is not. It is the stickers on it. But one will cancel the other one out. So I'll just say $200 for the lot. And I'll put that down. Labyrinth, or Return to Labyrinth. Full set. $61.40. Okay, so for everything in your collection with store credit, total comes to $1101.73. That is what these are worth, minus the 30% that I take off of price charting, giving you store credit of $1101.73. You want to find out what the cash value would be? Okay, we'll take another 40% off of that. 3 times 40%. That would take off $440. $440.70. 1101.73 minus 440.70 be $661 cash. I don't think I've ever been asked that before. Can you have some cash and some store credit? Well, I don't know how we would figure that out. So you're saying you'd prefer $300 cash and the rest in store credit? Well, here's what I would have to do for that. You're getting $1101 store credit, but only $661 cash. If I give you $300 cash, the other $331 would be wiped out. So this is what you would get. $1101.73 minus 300 minus 331. So you would have $470 left over in store credit. You'd have $470 store credit, $300 cash. That works for you? Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for showing me all of these things, most of which I have in my personal collection. But as we saw, there's a third Coronation book out there I have to get myself. And there's a add-on to this board game that I have to buy myself. It's a good thing you came in the store when you did. I would have lived my whole life not knowing. My associate over there, yeah, by the Tiger Electronic Games, correct? He will write you up a ticket. I'll email him our spreadsheet, and I'll put in the email that you're getting $300 cash and $470.73 in store credit. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I did not know there was a third coronation. It's a good thing that guy came in and an add-on to the game